really quick. It's unexpected to him, it's unexpected to the family, and then he goes shortly after. Do you understand? Perfect. It was some kind of stroke or aneurysm. Perfect. When usually they'll tell me which one. I'm just waiting for him to step in and actually tell me which one. But when they make me feel it goes right like that, that's how I know it's one of the two. And he kept saying to me that everyone belongs. Whose father is he? Both yours? Okay, perfect. Good. Perfect. Good.
Yes. Just
okay, good. He's making me feel like he has a lot to say. So I'm just going to listen to him. Huh? Who's the one that had the farm? Because there's a gentleman standing just behind him, and I can hear cows mooing, and I don't want to be inappropriate, and I don't know why I smell this, but I smell like I'm on the farm with cows. Perfect. Because he's just behind him.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And he had cattle on the farm?
Yes.
It's him.
Okay.
Because I'm like, why do I feel like I want to walk across your farmland? Why am I feeling all these cows and I'm smelling all this manure? And he's standing just behind your father. So that's your father-in-law? Perfect. Remember how I said there's a whole huge line here? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Okay. Who's Harold? Okay. There's older generations here too. Do you recognize Harold?
pull it back from your mouth just to see if it'll help.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, it's probably just because it got named. There's 19 people standing here for you guys. Now, it might just be these two gentlemen that I hear from. I don't know what's going to happen, okay? However, there's a man in the older generation, and he keeps saying Harold to me, and it's okay because it could just be that you don't have your genealogy traced. Do you understand it? Perfect. Okay, good. And what about William?
That's my husband.
Okay. Who was he named after then? Because I'm getting a man saying to me his name is William, very strong. And I feel like he's like 3 generations back. I'm going to leave him for a minute, okay? It just means there's older generations stepping in with the father energy that was making me feel it traveled here. And then I have the other father energy just behind him who's making me feel like I want to go to pasture with his cows. I'm like, I'm going to leave that for a minute. But it's just what he's making me feel. All right, so I'm asking your dad to step forward first because he was the one getting my attention. Now, even though there's older generations here that you're not necessarily recognizing, that's okay. They're just here for supportive energy. I know this one gentleman that I'm feeling, William, is 3 or 4 generations back because I feel like I want to count at least 3. I feel like I want to lay in a hospital bed. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Perfect. He's placing me in the hospital bed. Do you understand? Okay, good. Because I can feel the metal bars, I feel the white metal sheets, and he's making me feel he's in the hospital. Do you understand it? Was he in and out of the hospital just before as well? Because he makes me feel like I'm going in the hospital, coming home, going in the hospital, coming home, and then I'm in the hospital to stay, and then I feel the traveling. Do you understand it? Perfect. Did the passing actually happen here? Because he keeps saying to me, I needed to show you how I was in the hospital before this happened. It just means he's trying to make me feel the in and out just before. Do you understand it? Good. Because he's not making me feel what happens with it. Then he just makes me feel the traveling. Makes me feel like I want to sit beside you. Because he said to me, even though I want to talk to the girls, it's about my wife. Okay, good. I'll see if anybody else gives me their name while they're standing here. But I'm asking him to come in. Sometimes if they give me how the passing happened, they'll make me feel the rewind, and that's why he kept taking me in and out of the hospital, like I wanted to lay in the hospital bed. It's his way of saying there was other health issues before the aneurysm hit. Do you understand it? But he had to give me what happened with the passing. Does that make sense to you? Perfect. Good. That's what he's saying. You were married a long time.
65 years.
He kept doing this, and that's how I know it's well over 50, meaning it's longevity, which means it's well over 50 or over. Do you understand it? Because I kept getting this. when people are married for a long time, I'll ask them to give it to me in decades. So it'll be 20 or over, 40 or over, or 50 or over. When they say 50 or over to me, it can be 50, it can be 60, it can even be 70 sometimes. I've had people that have been married 66 or 67 years before. Who do you live with? Okay, because he keeps saying to me, I'm glad that she's being taken care of as to where she is, and that's how I know she's living with someone in their home. Do you understand it? Perfect. Because she keeps saying, because there's a woman just behind him stepping in, and she keeps saying, it's her mom. And she keeps saying to me, I'm glad she's taken care of. Do you understand it? Perfect. But your dad is the main person stepping in, okay? He makes me feel like he wants to talk about and give appreciation to the person that is taking care of her, and I feel like I'm entering somebody's home, like I want to walk through the front door. That's how I know that she's in somebody else's home and she's being taken care of. Do you understand it? Okay. It's okay. I just feel like I want to walk through the door. He feels like it's his home. Do you understand? That's why I feel that way. Good. That's what it is. And what's the birthday coming up in October? Because I keep getting there's a birthday coming, and I feel like I'm sitting in the beginning of fall. Who is that? Which grandchild? It's very clear. It's very clear. It's not from him. Hold on a minute. How many cousins do you have? Okay. All right, listen. This lady just behind him is stepping in. She keeps saying to me, I have to talk about the grandchild's birthday in October because that's the one I watch over. It just means other people are trying to talk beside your dad. So I'm going to leave her until she introduces herself, and then I'll find out what grandchild it goes to. Okay, good, perfect. I'm asking her to just wait, because I want him to be able to talk to her for a little bit. I want to ask him to make me feel anything else about the health. He was already making me feel the longevity in the marriage, and then I want him to just have a chance to talk to her. I want to ask him if there's any signs he's passing or anything else he can give her as far as comfort. Do you understand? Good. What's happening is they're starting to close me down, so he's maybe at like 40 or 50% with his communication, so I'm going to just have to take my time with him, that's all. But I wanted to grab him before they all stepped out. Alright, he's giving me really sharp pain in my head. I'm asking if there's anything else he wants to cover about the health, so he can stop making me feel that way. When that happened, was it a surprise to all of you? Because he keeps saying to me, tell them they weren't the only ones that were surprised. Meaning he didn't expect to pass that way. Even though he makes me feel that he was older, he was making me feel like he thought he would have a little bit more time. Do you understand it? Even though he makes me feel like he wasn't in the greatest health, and that's why he kept making me feel like I was in and out of the hospital. Do you understand? Perfect. There's a gentleman stepping in just behind him who's saluting me, meaning he served. And I can see the green uniform for the Army. Do you recognize him? I'm just going to leave it because it could just be an older generation. You guys have so many people that have crossed in this older generation that they're all lining up. Okay. Okay, perfect. So he's standing right here. He's saluting me. He's showing me the green uniform, so you recognize him. Perfect. It just means he's trying to show himself to me to validate himself, okay? Because I can see him clear as day. Even though he shows himself to me just before he passed, he shows his younger version self as well. Because I'll always see them just before they pass, and then they'll show me like around the age of 30. Okay? So he's actually showing me both. It's just his way of validating that he's here and he's given support. Because I'm just seeing him right now. Okay? I don't know who the woman is that was validating about the October. I'll come back to her if she has the energy and if she's going to step in. I want you guys to have the time with your dad. Is this the main person she came to hear from? As he kept saying to me, she came for me. And he wanted to make sure that he had a chance to talk to her. Okay. He was her only husband. Because he keeps saying to me, first wife, only wife. Good, perfect. And that's, again, why he was doing this, meaning the longevity of over 50. Good. Who just had the birthday that passed? Because he keeps saying to me I was with her on her birthday. That means within the past 3 months. Perfect. Your birthday was in the past couple weeks? Perfect. Good. Because he kept saying it was weeks ago. And when they say I was with her birthday, and I know it's recent, it means 3 months or less. And then he kept saying, but it was just a few weeks ago. Okay, good. So it's just his way of validating that he's with you. You felt very close to him? Mm-hmm. Good. So not only does he want to acknowledge the wife and both the daughters, but it's his way of trying to introduce me into her energy as far as her being the granddaughter. Do you understand it? Good. He's very protective of you, honey. Do you understand that? Perfect. Good. Did you ask him to show himself today? Because he said, I had to make sure that I showed myself because she asked me to. Do you understand it? Did you ask more for her?
I asked more for my mom.
Okay, because he keeps saying to me she asked for her instead, so I didn't know who it was for. Do you understand it? Good, perfect. Not only is he acknowledging that because it's what you asked for, but it's his way of giving you blessings because you were thinking of her above yourself. Do you understand it? Perfect. And I can see all the gold coming to me. Not only does that mean that they're praying, but they're also offering blessings for the family as well. It just means it's his way of validating that he's going to continue to be with all of you and that those blessings are going to be given to the family as the years go. Okay? And do you recognize Henry? I'm hearing that very clearly too. You do? Okay. Perfect. Good. I have the army uniform guy, I have like 6 women here, I have a whole line back here, and just past William, I can hear a gentleman telling me his name is Henry. Remember how I said there's 19 people here? I'm just leaving them for a minute. Because he's saying to me he wants to talk to his wife first. But I'm still acknowledging everybody else here because it's a respectful thing to do. But everyone is so excited that they have a chance just to make the connection along with him that I feel like they want to start passing messages to everybody else in the family. And there's no way we can do that, okay? All right, I'm seeing the opening of the Bible. Just his way of saying that he was grounded in his faith. Do you understand it? It's his way of saying he was grounded in his faith. Do you understand? Perfect. Because he's showing me the opening of the Bible right in front of me. Can you hear me? Okay, because he makes me feel like I need to get closer to her. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna let him talk to you, okay? Because he's saying to me he wants to talk to his wife.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Do you feel like he hasn't been gone very long, but sometimes it feels like it's been a long time? Because that's what he said. I haven't been gone very long, but to them it feels like it's been forever because they're used to being able to see me all the time. Do you understand it? So it's his way of saying that he hasn't been gone very long, but it's his way of saying to you it feels like it's been a very long time. And it's just because of the connection being broken. But you have to remember the connection's not broken because he's still with you in spirit. Okay? He's leaving nickels. I want you to watch for that. Because he just, Perfect. He just showed me a nickel. It's just his way of saying that he's leaving change. It's his way of saying that's one of the signs you need to watch for. I'm smelling a really strong cigar smell. Meaning one of the gentlemen moving in, I know it's not him. One of the gentlemen moving in just behind him, I can smell really strong cigars. So I'm going to leave him unless he introduces himself. You just need to watch for that. That's definitely a sign from him. He's making me feel it's not the only one. and watch for the cardinals. Because you just showed me the branch with the cardinal sitting. Do you recognize them? Have you been seeing them?
No, but I've never doubted.
Did you feel like it was a sign he would send? Because he's saying to me, I know why she's shaking her head yes. That just means that in your heart at the moment when that happened, you probably thought it would be a sign he would send. Do you understand it? Perfect. It just means he's validating those are two of the signs that he's going to use, and that's okay. He's saying to me he knows how hard it is on her not having him here because they were together so long.
Sure.
And that she feels like she's not herself and she's alone. He's saying to me that he's thankful for all of you, and that's why he kept making me feel like I wanted to walk into the house, because not only is it his thanks and his appreciation for the other person that's watching over her. Do you understand it? Perfect. He just said my wife was really wonderful to me. And she did a wonderful job raising our children. Do you understand? How many children are there? Because he keeps saying to me, there's more than just sitting here. Do you understand? Perfect. And what's with the number 3? The number 3 or the month of March? Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. Perfect. Okay, so it's his way of validating the other person's birthday besides hers. Okay, good. Because he kept saying to me, there's more children and you two are just the only people sitting here. Do you understand? Good. Is there one that lives further away? Because he keeps saying to me, they're far away, that's why they're not here. Do you understand it?
That's right.
Perfect, good. Listen, even though you're the only two here and she's here as well, it's just his way of validating that he wants the chance to kind of talk to all of you just a little bit, but that he wants the message to be passed to the other children, because he was making me feel like you're not the only children. And then he's also validating a 3 for the other person's birthday as well. Do you understand? As far as the watch over and the thank you and the appreciation, because it's about the family still being close and being tied as a family, and also making sure that she's taken care of. Do you understand? Wonderful. Good. So watch for the cardinals. Watch for the change that you're finding. I'm asking him if there's any other signs. And then he's saying to me he just wants a chance to talk to her for a little bit. What's with the planting? The planting. When they show me planting, they show me the shovel going into the dirt, that means somebody planted something in somebody's honor. So whether a tree, a bush, a memorial garden. Do you recognize that? Okay, she recognizes it, so it's okay. Okay, good. Tell my wife she was really wonderful to me. I didn't expect to leave her when I did, but she needs to know that I love her. Tell her I'll be waiting for her, but tell her she still has some time there with everybody, and I want her to enjoy it. Are you having a hard time with his passing? Because he makes me feel like he wants her to enjoy herself more than she's allowing herself to enjoy herself, because she's longing for him too much. And he's making me feel like she's waiting to kind of go to the other side because she wants to be with him. Do you understand it? Yeah. He's saying to me, tell her she just needs to enjoy the time there that she still has. Tell her not to be in any too much of a hurry to be with me. Even though I don't know when she's coming, she needs to know that I'll be there. Do you understand? So it's just his way of saying that he continues to watch over you, okay? He keeps saying how much he loves you. I'm only going to have him for another minute. I want to see if I can get anything else out of him. Tell them thank you for doing the things that they did for me before I passed. Do you understand that? I feel like you guys are checking in, not only on him, but on her. And I feel like it's not just about errands to the doctors. There's stuff you're taking care of